Well, it's a particularly stirring one, that Algerian one, and their supporters are really going. They're winding scarves above their heads, clad most of them in green, as the referee invites the Algerian players to cross the line first and start with the handshakes. Mickey Gray, we're used to seeing all 26 men out now in the centre circle. Of all the changes in this World Cup, I think that's one I'd like to see stay. Yeah,
it's nice, isn't it? I think it gets everybody involved early on in the occasion, if you want to call it that. But I mean, you see the support and the stadiums that we've seen so far in this tournament as well, Cameron. It's been special, and they're making that 12th man, if you like, from the crowd. And look, here we go. I mean, it's a lot of handshakes, isn't it? It takes quite a while, but no, it's nice. It's a nice feeling that your substitutes, if you want to call them that, they're involved. Certainly before that whistle blows, and it's a big part of the World Cup. It's nice to see.
I hope they are calling substitutes still. I don't want to start calling them replacements or impact men. Anyway, you're listening to World Cup Game Day live on TalkSport, brought to you by Burger King Burger Buddies. Total tournament satisfaction delivered by the experts. Order now on the BK app. We are 3 minutes away from kickoff. Jordan have ditched their track jackets, leaving them with an overburdened looking member of the backroom staff who's collecting them all, as Algeria, pennant in hand, Riyad Mahrez set up for their obligatory team photo. I'll take you through the teams. 2 changes for both from their opening games. Both conceded 3, both lost. Jordan have Yazid Abu Layla in goal. He struggled in the second half of the defeat to Austria. 3 centre-backs, Abdallah Nassib, Yazan Al-Arab, and the newly introduced Hussam Abu Dahab. Wing-backs are captain Ihsan Haddad, a real cult figure in Jordanian football, and Mohamed Abu Taha, while in midfield, a free agent, Noor Arouabde, and Nizar Al-Rashdan, who plays in Qatar. Mahmoud Al-Mahdi is also brought in for game 2. He's on the wing. Ali Olwan, goal scorer in their earlier game, is on the other, behind Moussa Al-Tamari of Rennes in France, who nears 100 caps and is the standout star. As for Algeria, Luc Zidane, there were questions about his goalkeeping in the 3-0 defeat to Argentina. Let a couple of those Lionel Messi efforts squirm through him. He starts again though behind a back 4 containing Manchester City's Ryan Nouri, Borussia Dortmund's Rami Bensebaini, Lille's Aïssa Mondi, and Verona's Rafik Belgali. It's the talented Ibrahim Maza of Leverkusen in midfield, with the brought-in Ramiz Zarouki and Isham Baldoui, who plays for Nice, and a front 3 of Faris Shaibi of Frankfurt, Riyad Mahrez, and Amin Gouiri of Marseille. Players are broken either side of halfway. Argentina 2-0 winners in the other game in Group J earlier on in Dallas. Lionel Messi with another 2 goals for this World Cup. Victories for France and eventually Norway as well. They had to work hard against Senegal to qualify for the last 32. France too, with that rain delay, but there are beautiful skies in the dusk in the San Francisco Bay Area as the teams break for one last show of solidarity. Algeria in white shirts with green trim. There's a strong breeze, jerseys flapping in it now, as all 11 Jordanian starters in their all-red kit meet, and as we saw before their first game, raise one hand to the sky, meet in the centre of the circle, and then break apart. They will hope the World Cup campaign remains live until the final group game. They must avoid defeats in this one, as the referee readies his team as well. Slavko Vincic, who refereed the Champions League final a couple of years ago when Real Madrid beat Borussia Dortmund, is taking charge from the middle as we are set to get underway at San Francisco Bay Area Stadium. Jordan, we cannot afford to lose this game. We're taught a difficult lesson by Austria in their opener. Started well, but you have to be able to go the distance against better teams. Algeria were outclassed against the World Cup belt holders. Can they respond tonight before it's too late for them? And we'll start in fact with a Jordanian 1 free kick on their right hand flank. They kick from left to right in all red, as myself and Mickey Gray look at it. And an early opportunity here with the free kick on the edge of the attacking third for Moussa Al-Tamari to find the team.
Yeah, they started very direct, didn't they? That long ball, we've seen many sides have just kicked the ball out of play, but they play it down the right hand side, and Al-Rashdan was the player that's won this free kick, and Al-Tamari is the player who stood over this free kick. I'm surprised he's not in the box.
Oh, whipped into the penalty area. Jordanian header at goal, and it flashes wide. And there was a thump of the turf there from Nizar Al-Rashdan. He curled his run and no one seemed to go with him. It was a dummy from the free kick. Mahmoud Al-Mahdi, who whipped it in towards the front post, and a clean header on it from Al-Rashdan. Couldn't find the target though, and Lucas Zidane will be relieved to see that one flash wide of his post. 1 minute gone, Jordan 0, Algeria 0.
Well, Nizar Al-Rashdan's had a really bright start to the game, and he's the one who finds himself making contact with that wide free kick. I actually think he should do better with it. You know, once he finds himself in that little bit of space, he's got to guide that towards the goal, and he thumps the ground, doesn't he? But bright start from Jordan.
Tells you he knows what a chance that was. Here comes Ryan Nouri for Algeria down the left, crossing in on his left boot, but avoided the white shirts of his teammates, and running it away is Ali Olwan of Jordan. Helter-skelter start to this game inside 2 minutes. We've seen an opportunity at either end now. More of that please on the TalkSport network. This game live across both TalkSport and TalkSport 2 for the first 45 minutes. You'll have to join us on TalkSport 2 in the second half. Easiest way to do that on the TalkSport app. Flick through the stations at the touch of a button. There's Algeria come forward again with Guiri, who shot from the corner of the box. That one rippling the side netting. He was left alone by Jordanian defenders, who all expected, it seemed, a teammate to pick him up. And Guiri of Marseille in the end shoots well wide, and maybe another one for the category, Mickey. They should have done better.
Yeah, got to go across the goalkeeper, no doubt about it. Guiri's got to do better. He's just got to get his head up and try and curl it into that far post, but that came from a mistake from Yazan Al-Arab. He was in the corner and just giving the ball away, really sloppy. We said this was going to be an open game, Cameron. I think you've got two nations in front of us that need to win, and it's got that feel about it. Even in the first 2 or 3 minutes, it's end to end, isn't it? Ait Nouri trying to get forward as well down that left-hand side. He will do that throughout the whole of this game. And he did actually put a very decent ball into the area.
And I think what we've got to thank for that, Mickey, is this change of format, because again we talked about whether having third place teams would qualifying for the round of 32 might diminish the value of the tournament, make for a bit of a boring spectacle. It hasn't though. This is a live game, and they both know that they lost their opener heavily, and they've got a real chance here as Algeria look to make a break down the left hand side, looking for Guiri. Has it by the corner flag. Put in from a Jordanian defender, out for an Algeria throw, but they'll be eyeing up that third place, if not second, these two.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Could come down to goal difference as well, so the importance to score a lot of goals and not put them in at the other end. That's what they'll be thinking about today, and this system from Jordan, the five at the back, which it's going to be at times, they've got to be nice and solid.
Now Jordan were at 2-1 for much of the second half against Austria before they conceded an added time penalty. Marko Arnautovic sending it home in the 100th minute to make 2-1, a 3-1 scoreline that maybe flattered the away for side ever so slightly. Algeria did cause problems for Argentina. At 0-0 they thought they'd taken the lead with Faris Shaibi's offside goal for Lionel Messi. Stole the show as he did earlier on, as Argentina overturned Austria to qualify for the round of 32. Algeria have it near side their left with Ait Nouri. Going to turn himself away from goal though, go back into his own half of the field. Rami Ben Sabaini, left side of the two-man central defence, now with Aissa Mondi to his right. Jordan happy to try and close off passing lanes for the moment. It's not a full press, but Moussa Al-Tamaria has forced Algeria to go long towards the corner of the Jordan penalty area. That's where the move breaks down and cleared by Mohamed Abou Taha up to halfway. Jordan at their first ever World Cup, one of 4 debutants. We've seen a mixed bag really. Curacao, Uzbekistan and Cape Verde, who've been the darlings of the tournament really. Special moment for them. Not here to make up the 48 though, are they? And they're contenting themselves with passing the ball at the back at the moment. In fact, there's a bit of pressure on Abou Taha here from Riyad Mahrez. He's pinned him right in the corner and he's walked it over the white line, the defender. All that pressure coming from Riyad Mahrez, and it's gone out for the first corner of the game.
Well, Abu Dhabi, he's just putting his hands up there and apologising to his teammates. He had so many opportunities just to clear his lines and put that out for a throw-in, but full credit to Riyad Mahrez. He's really got involved in the game as of yet, but good pressing from him, and he's the player who's going to take the corner.
So it is Mahrez, far side the Algerian right. Opportunity here, set up the first goal of the game. He's going to have to wait for it though, because the Slovenian referee has seen something he doesn't agree with it in the centre circle. The centre circle in the penalty area, I should say. He brought in at close quarters Ihsan Al-Haddad of Jordan. And now we await for Mahrez's delivery. Far side the right, he's got a short man offering him a ball. Now the referee's still not happy. And he's going on and on here with Nizar Al-Rashdan. Some stern words being offered by the UEFA official. Clear talking to. Just seemed to be a bit of pushing and pulling in the penalty area. There didn't seem to be anything that warranted this much involvement on the part of the referee as we prepare ourselves for the third attempt at taking this corner. In it comes, far side, heads go up from either team. Haddad was there for Jordan, ball springs clear, but Mohamed Abu Taha is able to put boot to ball and gets it clear at 0-0, 6.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, great ball in from Mahrez, wasn't it? Over on that right-hand side, whipped it towards the far post, but where are his teammates? Somebody's got to try and get on the end of that. The Jordanian backline didn't look really full of confidence as that ball came into the area, and Haddad, it was a bit of a panicky header as it cleared his lines there, but I think we're going to see a lot of that if they have got that quality from set pieces, corners, wide free kicks, which we know they have. Riyad Mahrez has got a wonderful left foot. Somebody needs to get on the end of these crosses.
And here come Jordan down their near side right with Ali Olwan ran into the defender, but he'll get a throw. He waved his arms above his head there to make sure that the referee was going to side with him, and so it will be his captain Haddad who comes to help with the throw. In fact, he's going to leave it as well. It's going to be Abdallah Nassib, the centre-back, who lines up this one for Jordan at 0-0. 20 yards from the corner flag. His throw-in missed the outstretched boot of Al-Tamari, and Algeria clear their lines over halfway. At their 5th World Cup, Algeria only once passed the first stage. That was on their last appearance 12 years ago. And they've won a free kick on the edge of the defensive third as well. Rami Bensebaini was trying to hold up the ball, and it's Al-Mahdi of Jordan who was the aggressor. Referee on hand to defuse.
Just a little bit of a coming together there. I think he maybe caught one on the side of the face there. Bensebaini, the Algerian centre half, he's holding on to his face. I'm not quite sure how much contact there was, as we've seen on too many occasions in this World Cup. As soon as the contact, players are going to ground, but on the odd occasion the referees are waving things on, which is great. The flow of the game's been brilliant through these tournament games.
It's something we see in the Champions League as well, isn't it, Mickey? Once you have officials from all over a continent or all over the world like we do at the World Cup, you get different styles, different tolerances as well. It's got to be hard for the players now to try and keep up with the changing attitudes.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, they've got to realise, these players, you know, every bit of contact is not a foul, it's not a free kick. We can hear the screams, can't we, in the games that we've been watching. But I love it. I love the flow of the football, the 5-second rule for the throw-ins as well. I think that's been a real plus.
Well, that's the way we want it to go. We want it to be a flowing game. We've still got 20 minutes until the first hydration break, so we should be okay. 0-0, Jordan versus Algeria. Jordan trying to clear and making a real hash of it through Al-Rashdan in central defensive midfield. Does eventually get the flick off an Algerian midfielder, and out for a throw-in it goes. Looking animated, the Jordanian head coach, Jamal Salami, on the edge of his technical area, dressed in a black suit, white shirt. Took them to the Arab Cup final in December against Morocco, and now to a World Cup, taking them into the knockout stages. His next task, the Moroccan in charge of the Jordanian side, who know they can't afford to lose this game. Algeria have it in the centre circle. Rafik Belghali on the ball with his pink boots we've become used to seeing at this tournament, so many sporting them. Here's another in Bensebaini on the halfway line. Algeria taking it slowly here as they build down their right flank. Boudawi goes back to Belghali. He's going to go cross-field now at 0-0. Right, Nouri taking it down on the left foot. Good touch from him. Now has two red-shirted Jordanians on him, and it's one back there by Ali Olwan. He's going to run this out of defence to a roar from Jordanian supporters, but he bit off too much and ran only into white-shirted Algerians, and they will recycle in the centre circle. No goals yet.
Yeah, a lovely little battle there was from Ait Nouri and Al Olwan, who's now drifting. I think he's actually playing on the right-hand side for Jordan. Al Olwan, we saw that wonderful goal that he got in the first game, coming in from the left-hand side and using that right foot just to curl it into the corner. But good little battle with Ait Nouri on this occasion. Ait Nouri came out better on the second occasion, but again, it's wonderful football from both sides. They're trying to get the ball down, they're trying to play. Jordan just being a little bit sloppy in that midfield area, giving the ball back to Algeria. Something maybe that you just mentioned there, Salami, having a word with his players just to calm them down a little.
Still goalless. Jordan had given it away again in the centre circle. It was Al Rashdan who was stalling in possession, didn't check that Shaibi wasn't over his shoulder, and here comes Guiri near side the Algerian left. Back towards the centre circle. Baldawi, right foot of pass out to the right hand side with Belgali. He's going down the line now. Here's Riyad Mahrez, turning and spinning. Didn't start the first game, starting this one and having an impact into the penalty area for Belgali, tight to the goal line, but he was stood up well there by Noor Al Rawabda, the man in the shop window with no club coming into this World Cup, and he got the better of a legend of the Algerian game there. But Algeria still coming forward. Have it on the corner of the penalty area with Zarouki. Algerian man goes down, no free kick. And now Jordan can try and run it away. And the Jordanians are making their voices heard again. Upfield it goes. They haven't got numbers, but they've got the ball. Here comes Ali Olman down the right-hand side. Only has one supporting attacker. Uses Al Tamari. Shooting left-footer from the edge of the area. But comfortable for Lucas Zidane, who gets two strong hands behind it. Bounces it into the turf. And after his showing against Argentina in the previous game, he'll be happy to take his first catch of the match.
Yeah, good play, I have to say, from Jordan. Quick little break. Ali Owan again picking up the ball on this right-hand side. Interchanging passes with El Tamari there, who just gets that little half a yard, doesn't he, with his left foot. He's got that little bit of curl on his shot as well. And Lucas Zidane, he had that one covered. I think it's a save that the goalkeeper should make, but that quick break is something Algeria they need to look out for.
Lucas Zidane is the second son of the great Zinedine Zidane, World Cup winner. Two younger brothers also played their football in Spain. He's with Granada in the second tier. And goalkeeper's position that Algeria really struggle with. They've lost their long-term number one, Raïs Mboli, 2 years ago, and haven't really replaced him. And here come Jordan again, looking to test that goalkeeper. Al Rashdan 35 yards out on the angle, but try to pass towards Al Tamari on the wing. Played it behind him and out for an Algerian throw. As a promising attack comes to nothing after 13 minutes. You're listening across the Talk Sport Network. Jordan 0, Algeria 0 in Group J. Jordan knowing that defeats will mean they cannot progress in any circumstance from the group. Algeria will know they'll be as good as out as Jordan's link-up play fails with a pass into Al-Mahdi on the edge of the area. Here comes Belgali down the right-hand side, but sees nothing on in terms of white shirts. Happy to go back inside his own half. We haven't spoken about the Algeria manager yet, Vladimir Petkovic, the Bosnian. What do you think he'll make of this first 15 minutes, Mickey? Well, they're coming forward here, actually. I'm going to cut you off for a second because it looked as if Hisham Baldawi had found a yard of space. He was barged to ground. No free kick. Jordan had it back.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Petkovic here. I mean, his side are starting to grow into the game. You can see they're trying to get the ball in those wide areas. You see Belgardi, he's interchanging passes with Riyad Mahrez. They're growing into the game. Mahrez has certainly been more of an impact over the next 2 or 3 minutes. And certainly down the left-hand side, we know what Aït-Nouri can bring. Is he a left-back? Is he a left winger? Well, he just seems to be everywhere. And as I'm speaking, he's on the ball again now, trying to make something happen for his side.
He's already covered much of that grass down the left flank. Here is Zarouki in the centre circle. Standing on it for the moment. Jordan are happy to sit back and wait for the pressure. It might come now down the Algerian right. Mahrez has dropped deeper to try and use Belgali, tight to the touchline. But again, Jordan have shut off all those avenues. And so back to Zarouki. Out to the right-hand side once more for Algeria. Still trying with the same mechanism. No goals after 15 minutes in this game from San Francisco Bay Area Stadium. Here is Aït-Nouri coming infield from the left. Out towards Shaibi, halfway inside the Jordanian half. Down the line looking for the Manchester City man once again, but Aït-Nouri couldn't get there. It was prodded out by Abdallah Nassib of Jordan. And an Algeria throw-in, which they take conservatively. They've gone backwards and they're already at halfway.
Yeah, but they're taking it quickly, Cameron, aren't they? They're getting that ball back in play, and it's either down the left or the right-hand side. It's quick football, but they've just got to try and get in behind Jordan. It's difficult when they've got a flat back five, and you can see every outfield player behind the ball now. This is the difficulty for Algeria to try and break down Jordan.
And I'm impressed with Algeria. They need a response. They weren't really competitive in that second half against Lionel Messi and co on Wednesday. Certainly been competitive in this game so far. Only that one chance for Guiri that he sent wide on the angle. Jordan have come close at the other end as well. That early header from Nizar Al Rashdan that was sent wide that really should have hit the target. Bit of a pot shot as well from Moussa Al Tamari, and that's it. for goal-mouth action so far. We've got a stoppage here, and it will be a worrying source for Algeria, because Ryan Ait-Nouri has gone down on the touchline. He was on his haunches and he's dropped flat onto his back now. He's got a hand that went to his calf there for a moment. Wasn't immediately clear how he did it. He's back up onto his feet. That's not the man that Algeria want to be without.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy either, does he, Cameron? I mean, he's made a lung burst and run into the corner, and it's Alawan, the player that's come back defending, does very well. I'm just wondering whether he's stretched a little bit too much here, but as that ball's cleared, he kind of just went to the ground, didn't he? He looks okay now, which is great. And that is a positive sign for Algeria.
Well, it looked as if he slipped, if anything, and he kicked his own standing leg when he first went to make the challenge. He then carried on and stretched for it, as you say. Fortunately for Vladimir Petkovic, in Algeria, it seems he will be okay. He's at his third boss. His third World Cup. The Algerian boss reached the round of 16 twice as Switzerland coach. Now trying to do the same with Algeria. It'll be the round of 32 before that, and they'll give themselves a huge chance of getting there with a win in this game as they prepare to face Austria, where they can avenge, at least in part, that disgrace of Gijón. For those of you that remember the Spain 82 tournament, where Austria and West Germany seemingly conspired to set up a mutually beneficial 1-0 West German win to send the Algerians home. Got through to the round of 16 with a loss to Germany, and their last showing in 2014, 4 years after they frustrated England in the group stage with a 0-0 draw in South Africa. England getting ready for their game at 9 p.m. on TalkSport against Ghana from Boston, live in the stadium for coverage tomorrow. American time, and today in the UK, one of 4 games. Portugal-Uzbekistan kicks us off. TalkSport 2, 6 p.m. Carry on with Panama, Croatia, and Colombia, DR Congo. 18 gone in this one. Jordan 0, Algeria 0.
Well, the Algerians at the moment are just being very patient with their play. But you can see, Cameron, they're just leaving the 2 centre-halves in the middle of the pitch and getting the full-backs as wide as they possibly can. As soon as they get on the ball, they're trying to make that 2v1 situation down the flanks to make something happen.
And here comes Mahrez down one of those flanks, the right one for Algeria. Back to Zerouki. Goes aerial and crossfield looking for Ait-Nouri, who's moving freely again. Gets a bit of a barge though from Ali Olwan, who played the ball back into his area then. His goalkeeper was quick to get there before Amin Gouiri could make a real press for it. And the Jordanian goalkeeper able to get the ball away. 18 and a half minutes on the stadium clock. Reads Jordan 0, Algeria 0 as the Algerians start again. Right side of their defence, Boudaoui playing it more central to Zerouki and over halfway. Can they set up something on the left flank now, where they've gone with Ait-Nouri? Ibrahim Marza, not said his name too many times in the opening 19 minutes, the man from Leverkusen. He switched it out to the right again by Samondi, centre-back. Trading passes with Boudaoui. Jordan with 11 men behind the ball at 0-0 still. As the Algerian centre-backs have seen a lot of the ball in this game. They are moving it quickly though, as Mickey Gray says. Look to recycle it once more. Going long, they've been forced to do that now. All the way downfield, should be a job for the goalkeeper. And Abu Layla, all in yellow, comes out to collect for Jordan.
Needed to be wider. Riyad Mahrez making that run towards the edge of the 18-yard area, but the ball's got to go over the top of his head rather than close to Ablala in that Jordan goal. But it's Algeria who are playing the stuff. They're playing the football. They've tried on 3 or 4 occasions the diagonal ball. Hasn't worked for them yet.
Boudaoui's gone over the top, and there might be an offside flag here against Mahrez. Oh, he was 1-on-1 against the goalkeeper but couldn't control it. It allowed the defender Abu Dahab to get in between man and ball and put him off. And when the shot came in the end, it was a tame one. Real chance there. There was no flag. Maybe there would have been retrospectively, but he found himself in a whole heap of room, Riyad Mahrez, newly installed in the 11, and couldn't convert. 0-0.
Yeah, I think you're completely right, Cameron. He looked offside by, 2 yards, 3 yards, Riyad Mahrez. He'd made his run a little bit too quick, but I like the intent of trying to run him behind.
Even for the confidence though, flag or no flag, you want to be seeing the net rippling even if it is ruled out. Here come Algeria now down the left hand side, buoyed by that recent opportunity. Cross from the left is left, Now Guiri and Shaibi attacking it, and Shaibi got the shot in, but it was blocked by defenders. Goalkeeper might well have had it covered as well. 20 gone. We're starting to see Algeria come through the gears. It's still 0-0 on the TalkSport network.
Yeah, good opportunity there for Faraz Shaibi on his right foot. The little dummy was excellent. We saw one of them in the earlier games from Messi, didn't we? But the player that came into the starting 11 for Jordan, Houssam Dahab, he was the player who threw himself to the ground. We're just seeing a little replay of that.
I think he's onside there, you know. We've just seen a rerun of the opportunity for Mahrez. He was onside, and if he got the shot away, okay, the angle was tight. Should have been 1-0 Algeria.
Should have got his shot away, Cameron. When Mahrez gets in there, his first touch, one of the best I've ever seen, and it's got to be better than that. Maybe got a little bit too excited because he was free and it was a 1v1 on goal, and again he just couldn't quite work his feet out.
Scuffed into nothing in the end. We've got to pause here for the moment, and the referee is having a word with one of the Jordanian players. It's Ihsan Haddad, the captain. Mahmoud Al-Mahdi, the winger, was complaining a moment ago the game wasn't stopped when he went down in back play. I can't see why it would have been. And the referee just pausing a halt. There might have been a VAR check going on in the background there for something. The referee just paused play for a moment to have a word with the Algerian skipper. The Jordanian skipper in Algeria have now dutifully passed the ball back to the Jordanian goalkeeper. 0-0, 22 minutes gone. This game in Group J. Argentina topping it with a full 6 points. They're through to the knockout stages. Austria on the cusp of joining them. Given away by Algeria though. Here's Olwan, corner of the area, went for goal. And in the middle, Moussa Al-Tamari was furious with him for not crossing to him. Ali Olwan has 1 goal already at this World Cup. Went for the strike, and Zidane, well, it was a comfortable one for him at ground level. Stooped and got there with a clean catch. And the Jordan man going for goal, maybe better served, going for his teammate. No goals.
Yeah, had an opportunity there, didn't he? I think the Russia blood just wanted to get his shot away, and Tamari was in a better position.
But here come Algeria, cross ball through in towards the attack. It was from the boot of Maza, couldn't get it into the path of Guiri though properly. Mahrez was in there as well, and the Jordan defence have it on the left side of their back five, as it has become now, with those wing backs dropping deep. Here's one of them, Haddad, and gave it away to another wing back, Ait Nouri of Algeria, running towards the byline now, left-footed cross, and Nassib got a foot on it. It collided then with Mahrez, but he couldn't control it. Algeria will have the ball, goalless in this game, halfway through just about the first half. Flick forward from Boudaoui, up towards Guiri, where the line of the penalty area intersects the goal line, right-hand side. But again, defence too strong. And Algeria, as we've seen so many times in this game, heading back towards halfway. Zidane will start once more. There's an Algerian man who's gone down, and close by was Jordan's Ali Olwan. Algeria have put the ball out here, and it's Ryan Ait Nouri again. Well, we saw him go down maybe 10 minutes ago. Now he's holding high up on the left shin, maybe the knee. The referee's called a hydration break, but this will be a really troubling potential injury for Algeria.
Yeah, well, that hydration break has come at the perfect time for Ryan Ait Nouri. You can see the physios have come straight on to check out and see what the problem is. We knew that he had that issue when he ran the ball into the corner, but just moments before he went down for the second time, again he'd made a beautiful run down the left hand side, actually put a very good ball into the area, but when he was tracking back to get back into his position, nobody around him, he just fell to the ground, and he has got a problem, whether it's his knee, whether it's his thigh, or his kicking muscle, whatever the problem is. Look, he's back on his feet again now, Cameron, but he can't keep going to ground. If he's got an issue, they need to quickly sort it out. They've got 3 minutes to sort it out now, and hopefully they can.
Well, we have fully stocked benches, 14 subs today for Algeria. They've already lost one man to injury. That's the striker Mohamed Amora, whose hamstring injury has counted him out. He was a late introduction in the game against Argentina. He won't be able to make it on. And will Ryan Ait Nouri be able to continue? Because however well staffed they are on the bench, very few can offer the quality that he can on the left-hand side. 0-0 in the first hydration break. We're live across TalkSport and TalkSport 2 until half-time. If you want to listen to the second half, head on over to TalkSport 2, and the easiest way is by downloading the TalkSport app. You can switch between stations at the press of a button. On TalkSport from 5am, it's the early sports breakfast, and then 6 until 10 we've got TalkSport World Cup breakfast with Andy Goldstein and Gabby Agbon-Lahore, your breakfast buffet of sport. And call the show, don't forget, on 03717 22 33 44. And the action continues this evening as well. Portugal versus Uzbekistan on TalkSport 2 in Group K. The other game from that group will be at 3 a.m. in the small hours on TalkSport. Colombia versus DR Congo. And in England's group, they take on Ghana on TalkSport live from Boston, 9 p.m. as they look to seal a spot in the knockout round. Ghana with that last-minute win against Panama in their opening game. And then from midnight on TalkSport 2, Panama against Croatia, two losers from the opening round from Toronto. As we've got another seeming issue here for Algeria, and it's the defender Rami Bensebaini, who in the hydration break there was limping a little bit, and he's just been helped up from a sitting position by Vladimir Petkovic's boss, and so two players in that back line already struggling for Algeria.
Yeah, that's a concern. Bensebaini's been involved very, very much, hasn't he, in the first 26, 27 minutes of this game, and as he got back to his feet there, he's kind of like crouching down onto his haunches, if you like, whether he's got a problem with his thigh or whatever it might be. But they're going to have to manage this, Algeria. Two players in your back line having little issues. It could be a little bit of a concern. Look, we know that Jordan, the way that they approach this game, and I think it was the way we expected, Cameron, wasn't it? They're sitting back, they're trying to win the ball, and they're trying to catch Algeria on the counter-attack. They've looked good on a couple of occasions. Ali Awan over on that left or right-hand side, if you like, and Al-Tamari as well looks really lively. That left foot shot that he had at the edge of the area maybe could have been a little bit better, but they've got that threat, haven't they?
Those are the two hot shots for Jordan, 0-0 in this game. Jordan with more opportunities, less than a quarter of possession of the ball though in the opening, I'm going to have to call it quarter really of the game. 27 minutes gone, just after the first hydration break across the TalkSport network. 0-0 between Jordan and Algeria. Argentina topping the group on 6 points, they're through. Austria in second on 3. They await Algeria next as the Algerians come forward down their right-hand flank. Crossed in by Shaibi, took a chunk of the defender, Abu Dahab it was, and out for a corner as Algeria, who finished strongly coming into that hydration break, looked to pick up where they left off. Yeah,
good play from Fahed Shaibi there. The little give and go with Riyad Mahrez, tried to get his first time cross into the area which was blocked, but again another set piece. These could be key tonight.
And it is Mahrez, far side the Algerian right, white shirt, right hand raised, bound with tape, whips it in towards the goalkeeper who came for it, only got half of the ball though. Skewed it out awkwardly towards the other side of his area where Guiri has picked it up for Algeria. 1-2 on the edge of the box, might get a shot away here from the 18 but puts it straight down the middle, and the goalkeeper that time didn't make any mistakes. Yazid Abu Layla failing to deal with the cross from the corner, but the shot when it came was straight at him. 0-0.
Yeah, well, one thing I'd say, they look a little bit nervy as that ball comes into the area from corners, and Abu Layla, we saw the mistake that he made for one of Messi's goals when it bounced off him. On this occasion he gets his body in the right place.
Here's Al Mahdi for Jordan at 0-0, left hand side of the penalty area, tried to cross towards Al Tamari, it was shepherded away without many issues there by Ramiz Zarouki, and so a throw in for the Jordanians, again like all the others in this game, taken quickly. Nobody's hanging around. Just coming up to 8:30 local time in Santa Clara, good way south of the main area of San Francisco, as the Jordanian goalkeeper Abu Layla kicks long up towards halfway. He struggled with a corner in the second half of the opening game against Austria, but the ball ended up in the net and was disallowed for a VAR intervention, but then an own goal came from the same source. That's another corner a moment ago that he struggled to deal with. Jordan have had their warnings now.
Yeah, apologies there, I've got the team mixed up, but yeah, Abu Layla, his handling has to be better, and he's got to try and command his area a lot better than he has done so far.
Well, out came Haddad on the right hand flank for Jordan, ran into the brick wall that is Ait Nouri when he's fully fit, and he just seemed to be fit again after those two instances of him going down injured, and clears away in the left foot. Maybe going to see if they can get him through to half time. The City left-sider. Front spawn, as are many in this Algerian team. Heavily reliant they are on members of the diaspora. Only 10 of the 26 born in the North African nation. As Jordan could have had the choice there to keep the ball in play with Haddad on the near side right touchline. They've opted for a throw-in. And it's Nasib who takes it towards the 18-yard box, bounce past Al Tamari though. And it's an easy ball back into Algerian hands. 0-0, half an hour gone.
Well, as many players at Manchester City, and Ait Nouri being one of them, in and out of the starting 11, wasn't he, Cameron, this season? But he interviewed him actually about 2 or 3 weeks before the end of the season, and I just know how much he was looking forward to this World Cup. Obviously wanted a successful season with Man City. They wanted to try and win the Premier League, but what an occasion to carry on the season, to play on the biggest stage of them all.
And of course, no one wants to come off, and also he missed those 2 cup final wins for Manchester City this season. He'll want to be part of every minute of it. At some point, his coach might have to make a decision as Jordan's Almadi goes down on that left wing, fouled by Zarouki it was, and the free kick given away amid much complaint on the left-hand side for Jordan, and an opportunity here for those in red to find a man in the centre and find maybe the first goal of this game. A goal they threatened to find in their opener that was also played in Santa Clara. It's going to be potentially the black boots of Moussa Al-Tamari to take this one. It's a good 40 yards from the corner flag, far side of the field, their left flank. Red shirts peppered among the white of Algeria in the 18-yard box. Will this be the breakthrough? Defenders are up, Abdul Wahab and Nassib, who had a bit of physical presence. It's gone short either way. Now played in long towards the back post. Yazan Al-Arab was rising, but it only skittered off his head. His man Bun did nothing to give him more traction in the air and keep it alive, and it skips away for a goal kick and a shake of the head from the defender of FC Seoul there.
And even he's heavily strapped. If you just see him tracking back there as well, both thighs have got a lot of tape on as well, and up there, he just couldn't quite leap high enough to get that ball back into the 6-yard area. It needed to be a better set piece. Yes, the little short pass, but the quality's got to be better into the area.
Well, the walking wounded some of the Jordanians, and one thing they might struggle with in this World Cup is the depth. They don't quite have as much as some of the other teams in Group J. They're actually without their best player as well, Yazan Al-Naimat, another strong attacker. Played well in qualifying, but then got an ACL injury just before the Arab Cup in December and wasn't able to be fit in time for the tournament. And while Ali Olwan scored in the previous game, he held up his jersey as part of his celebration as Jordan have got something to deal with here. The long ball's come forward into the Algerian attacking line, but Riyad Mahrez couldn't get a proper shot away. It all came out of nothing, straight down the field, prodded at it. Defence was too strong and had managed to flick it for a corner. But a hairy moment for Jordan there.
Yeah, Yassid Ablaila, beautiful save there, because Riyad Mahrez in a 1v1 situation, he just had to toe poke it towards that Jordan goal. Wonderful save from the goalkeeper.
If he gets a proper connection there, it's most likely 1-0. It's the second time we've said that for Riyad Mahrez. His Algeria team have a corner near side their left though. Their white shirts, a crowd in this box waiting for the ball to come in. It's Ait Nouri on the left hand side, but plays it out off the defender. Almadi it was with a touch. And Algeria starting again in 34 minutes at 0-0. Knowing a win would set them up nicely against Austria in that final group game with what would be 3 points apiece. They look the most likely at the moment to find a goal. Ait Nouri on the 1-2 goes down, then dives on the ball. Referee says handball and goes free kick to the Jordanian defence. Well, he went down, and this might be interesting to see if the VAR gets involved, because he crossed over the white line. I wondered if the infringement might be outside the box, but he took a gamble on it being given. If he's caught, it's on the toe of his boot, but he went down holding the ball, and it's been given as handball on the field.
Well, Abdullah Nassib is the player who makes contact with Ait Nouri as he runs into the area there. He just pokes out his left leg, and I think he makes contact with Ait Nouri, I have to say there. He's got no reason to go to ground, Ait Nouri. The lovely little flick around the corner from Fares Chaibi into Ait Nouri's path. And the referee just waved that on, didn't he? I mean, that's a surprise.
Well, he was well placed there, referee Vincic. He was right behind the play. There is contact, I agree with you. They talk about consequential contact there, don't they? Do we think it's of consequence? Is it enough to bring him down there? I'm not so sure. Free kick to Jordan, by the way, just inside the Algerian half at 0-0.
Well, Ait Nouri's not the type of player who goes to ground a lot, does he? He's got wonderful left foot, and his balance is brilliant. And he obviously felt that contact there. Whether they think that Seed got a little bit of contact on the ball as well before he actually got contact with the player, and Ait Nouri in this situation. But that's a worrying sign, isn't it? Poking legs out that far. If you're going to defend properly.
Well, here come Jordan. hoping to make Algeria start doing some defending. It's been all Algeria in the last 10 minutes. 35 of them gone. Here's Al-Tamri down the right-hand side, and was he blocked off there from entering the penalty area? Up he went against Ben Sebaini, and the Dortmund defender stood strong. The Jordanian had knocked it past him and then was claiming he was stopped from getting the ball, but Jordan are coming forward again with Al-Tamri out to the left-hand side of the area for Abu Taha. No goals in this game. Back to Al-Tamri, scuffs his shot, might be a second chance, and a goal for Jordan. Nizar Al-Rashdan, well, he missed that earlier opportunity, but he didn't miss this time, and Jordan lead at the World Cup for the very first time. It looked as if the chance had gone when Al-Tamri missed his shot. He might claim it was a brilliant setup, and it fell to Al-Rashdan, and he struck it low to the goalkeeper's left in the bottom corner. Zidane couldn't get there. Jordan 1, Algeria 0.
Wow, well, listen to the crowd. The noise is incredible. And Al-Rashdan just took an opportunity as that ball came into the area, and you're right, Al-Tamri was the player that completely airshot the ball, and in doing so it's fell into the path of Al-Rashdan, and he's just slotted the ball with the outside of his foot into the back of the net, maybe against the rudder plate a little bit, but they will not care at all. Super little finish. Goalkeeper gets down to his left-hand side, but it's an excellent finish.
It's gone through the legs of the defender as well, so I think Zidane might have seen it late. It's not right in the corner, but it's in, and it's a Jordanian lead. Nizar Al-Rashdan, 5th goal for his country. His next game will be his 50th cap, and he will still hope that they are fighting for a place in the knockouts, and if they win this game, they very much will be. And in a must-win game, it's those in red who go to celebrate with their many supporters in the crowd in Santa Clara, many of them sporting their red and white keffiyeh headdresses. Jubilation as the Jordanians knelt in prayer in front of them, as we saw in the first game. They were only level briefly in that one, but this time, 8 minutes out from half-time, they lead Algeria by a goal to nil. And Algeria have to respond now.
Yeah, you always want to credit the striker or the goal scorer, Cameron, don't you? But again, you know, it's Jordan trying to catch Algeria on the counter-attack, and the Algerian players just didn't defend it properly. There was too much space.
Algeria will come forward now, 35 yards out. Maza couldn't find a way through. He had options to the left and right, picked up behind him by Zarouki. Now on the near side, Algerian left for Ryanite. Nouri, who ran into a body challenge from Haddad, who nearly missed this World Cup, the captain. Almost 100 caps, but spent nearly a year out with an Achilles injury. He might be needed on that flank against Ait Nouri. And his Algerian team have got a free kick 45 yards out. Foul committed by Al-Rashdan. And so Mahrez picking himself back up. He might be a candidate to take it. Maybe slightly too far out for a shot.
Yeah, possibly. We've seen a wonder strike happening for about 35 yards, but I don't think we're going to quite get that now.
Well, just
Mahrez.
thinking about that Cape Verde goal, it's almost the same blade of grass, really, isn't it? They could strike from.
Yeah, but they've got it. Look, we've got a game in our hands. Two sides we've already mentioned. They need to win this, and Algeria going a goal behind. They're going to have to take the game to Jordan.
So 2 men stand over it, 2 men in the wall, slightly left of centre. Algeria looking to equalise. Jordanian line on the edge of the penalty area, whipped in by Mahrez, straight to the defender. Easy header for Nassib to get it away. Picked up though by Ait Nouri. Edge of the attacking third for Algeria. Looking for a goal to level this game up before half-time, which is 6 minutes away plus added. We know there'll be at least 3 minutes. That's just customary now. As Boudaoui of Nice holds it for Algeria, far side there right. Doesn't hold it for long, he's given it away. Jordan coming forward in a sea of red now. Over halfway goes Al-Mahdi. Thought he was fouled there. Legal challenge, said the referee from Faris Shaibi, who dropped it. Now out to their right-hand side, Algeria, as they look to start another attack. Will this one have a different ending to the ones that have gone before? Long ball over the top, but defender got there first and wins the free kick as well. It was Abu Dahab who got in ahead of the right side of the defender, Belgali. Might have seen it out for a goal kick, but it will be a free kick on the byline with Jordan leading by a goal to nil.
Yeah, again, another very close one, has been in an offside position as well, but there's that chance for Mahrez breaking through, and it's an outstanding save for Nabilai. Wonderful, just keeping himself big as long as he possibly could. I've also seen a replay of that goal from Jordan. It's brilliant. The movement, yes, they get that bit of good fortune, but the finish with the outside of the boot is beautiful.
So free kick to be taken by the Jordanian goalkeeper, and he's trying to take it from the edge of his penalty area. He's been told by the referee and several members of the Algerian team to move it back, which he does a cursory 3 metres or so. 40 gone, just the one goal in this game, scored by the Jordanian Nizar Al Rashdan. Jordan's second goal at this World Cup. Algeria still yet to score. They have possession inside their own half, forced to go back into the defensive reaches. Only ever played one other Asian team, I should say, Algeria, at the World Cup, and that was the day of their biggest ever win against South Korea 12 years ago, 4-2. 12 years to the day. They're going to have to find some goals. 4 would be nice, 1 might just do, because at the moment they're bottom of the group. Second place will be out of bounds to them. Third will be the best they can do if they taste defeat in this game, and they've got defending to do against Haddad. Right side of the area, crossing in as well. Defender made a hash of it, but it rebounds off the attacker. Couldn't be controlled there by Ali Olwan, and the goalkeeper comes and collects Zidane with the ball at his feet. More trouble for Algeria at the back.
Oh, it's a wonderful move. I mean, these Jordanian players are growing into this with stature, showing their confidence. Lovely little interchange of passing over on the left-hand side. Abu Taha, Al-Rabada. Beautiful little give and go. And then that ball into that midfield area. Al-Tamari with the outside of his boot, playing it out wide to Alawan. And it's wonderful. It just wanted finishing off, didn't it? But it came to him. Defenders around him couldn't quite work out his first touch.
3 minutes left of normal time in this first half. Those are the words of former England international Mickey Gray. Reminder, if you want to carry on with this game, it'll be live on TalkSport 2 in the second period. On TalkSport from 5, coming up early sports breakfast, and then 6 till 10, TalkSport World Cup breakfast with Andy Goldstein and Gabi Agbon-Lahore, as Algeria control with Boudaoui. Right side of midfield, just inside the Jordanian half. His long ball was errant though. Jordan will clear it, and taken down by Olwan on his own in red, waiting for support, and now gets it on the left-hand side with Al-Mahdi. Back to Olwan. Offside flag has gone, I think, against Al-Mahdi, who did all that running to get himself up there with his lead striker, and then was in an offside position. In fact, now looking at the replay, it's going to be Ali Olwan, who just slightly overstepped as he made himself active for that second pass. And so Algeria deal with that attack. They trail though, 1-0, 43 minutes gone in Santa Clara.
A little bit unfortunate, isn't he, Al-Olwan, because he's just plucked that ball out of the sky in the build-up to that play down that left-hand side. Wonderful first touch. He got a bit eager with his second run, didn't he, and he found himself in that offside position.
Oh, good touch from him. He plays Ali Olwan for a struggling team in the Qatari League. I don't think he'll be playing there for much longer. How his World Cup is going as Jordan win a free kick on halfway with Al Rashdan fouled, and we see the first yellow card of the game brought out by the Slovenian referee. Coming through the gears nicely, they were there. I think it's gone to Rami Zarouki, the Feyenoord midfielder. Just got across. There's Al Rashdan there. There were 2 Algerians in the tackle, but it is Zarouki who cops the first yellow. And players have to be careful in this group stage. 2 yellow cards and you will miss the next game. Neither of these teams saw bookings in the first game, but Ramiz Zarouki will have to be careful for the remainder of this one. 90 seconds left of first half normal time. 1-0 Jordan lead, and they're on the attack again. Far side there left with Al-Mahdi. Too many white-shirted defenders in the way though. Back to halfway. Controlling the game at the moment. Goal came against the run of play from Nizar Al Rashdan. A turn and a run here from the Jordanians though. Red shirts are bounding in the attacking third. Forward, they're coming from deep. Shout of handball there against Abu Taha. It got away from him anyway, and the referees played a sensible advantage for the goalkeeper. It rode up off the defender's foot, struck him on the forearm as he entered the area down the left. Right call by the referee. Remains 1-0 Jordan.
He's very unfortunate, Abu Taha, because we're talking about the left wing back getting himself into the 18-yard area, but again the build-up play right through the middle with this Algerian side. Lovely little turn, the lovely little ball through, just maybe a little bit in front of Abu Taha, but I like the movement, excellent.
Isamondi who made the tackle, and a good one from him. Needed intervention as we're in the final seconds of first half normal time. Algeria's 1-2 and attack fails with Guiri's errant ball, and here come the Jordanians again over halfway. Musa Al-Tamri on the ball, right boots leading up towards the corner flag, doubles back onto his left foot, and seeing too many defenders in the way, goes back to the halfway line as we enter 5 minutes of added time. Jordan 1, Algeria 0 on the TalkSport network.
Well, they're not hanging back, are they, Jordan? They're looking for that second goal if they possibly can before half-time. They've got 5 added on minutes to maybe try and find it. But they're in the ascendancy at the moment. They're playing some excellent stuff.
Almari down the left-hand side again for Jordan. They're continuing that strong play. And it necessitated Aissa Mondi to come across again and put that one into touch. Algeria's most capped player ever, wearing the national team shirt for 121 times as of tonight. As Abu Dahab takes the throw in, the Jordanian defender. Into the attacking third and a shot at goal from Al-Tamari, but over the bar. Oh, it's Olwan, I beg your pardon. Got right underneath it though. And it was a good 10 yards over the crossbar of Lucas Zidane. 1-0 Jordan.
And we know not to give Ali Olwan that amount of space when he gets around the edge of the 18-yard area. Already got 1 goal in this tournament, wants to add to his tally if he possibly can. I think he just rushed it a little bit, was bouncing awkwardly in front of him and tried to volley it and get the dip on that underneath the crossbar, but he just got too much out on this occasion. But again, they're getting in behind them. Al-Tamari looks really lively. Ali Olwan drifting in from that left or the right hand side. Their movement's been fantastic.
We've got a Viking clap echoing around the arena as we progress through added time. 1-0 Jordan, second minute of 5 added. That clap has broken now into more applause. Algeria being urged forward. Both sides well represented, mainly by diaspora members. Ait Nouri near side the Algerian left, level with the edge of the penalty area. Once the 1-2, it was behind him though. Behind him from Amin Gouiri. He thinks he's kept it in there, or at least he's pretending he thinks he's kept it in. Ait Nouri, and reminded by the Jordanian players there, the official who gives the throw-in.
Just frustrated, wasn't he, with the little give and go there. Ait Nouri, Amin Gouiri was the player who tried to play the ball back to him down that left-hand side. Well, it's got to be better. They're struggling at the moment, Algeria. They really are. They have tried that diagonal the whole of this first 45 minutes. Did not work for them. Yes, Riyad Mahrez has got him behind on a couple of occasions. His finishing prowess is not what it used to be. One big chance, one outstanding save. And I don't think we can have any complaints of the way that the scoreline is right now, can we?
Well, if the game was swinging Algeria's way before the goal, it certainly doesn't feel as if it is at the moment. Jordan clear from the defence with Al Arab. He scored an own goal in the opening defeat. Hasn't really been troubled enough. There have been a couple of times where the Jordanian defence has looked stretched, but that's happening less and less as we progress towards the half. Here is Algeria's Belghali. Far side Algerian right, just in from the touchline. Using Boudaoui, who has his braided hair pulled up in a ponytail. And forward to the tall Zarouki. Controlled it underfoot, but slipped away from him then when Al Rawabda came across for Jordan. And here's Ben Sabaini, another hulking centre-back. Forward into the Jordan half. Just 90 seconds of added time remaining. And Jordan, are they going to hold on to this 1-0 lead until half-time? Floated Algeria, ball goes cross-field. So much going up towards Ait Nouri on the left-hand side. Flicks it up in the air, holds off Al-Tamari. Now has a second Jordanian to deal with and dealt with him as well. Played it to Gouiri, who was on the goal line outside the area. But then eventually the Jordanians recover and they flicked it off an Algerian shin for a throw. Well dealt with by the side leading 1-0.
Yeah, 2v2 situation, defended very well. I mean, Gouiri just couldn't quite get his cross into the area, but I think on occasions he's actually taken up the space that Ait Nouri wants to run into. I think he's more better of actually staying in between the lines and staying inside the 18-yard area. I'm just wondering whether at half-time Vladimir Petkovic has a word with his striker just to say, look, do not take the space of our wide players because they haven't got the chance then to put the ball into the area for you.
Down a striker as well for this one, Algeria and Petkovic. They've got the ball back in defence though with Shaibi. He's had to go all the way back from left wing. He was held though by the captain Haddad of Jordan. And so a free kick that Algeria are rushing to take in their defensive third. They have 25 seconds of the 5 added minutes. Conceding with 10 minutes to go before half-time, and they are yet to respond, although they continue to hold much of the ball. Belghali, far side the Algerian right, forward towards Marza. They're able to wreak havoc on players. We've seen him do at times. He goes down looking for a foul, but it's cleared by Jordan, and his protestations are ignored by the referee. So a throw-in on the right side of defence for Algeria. No time to take it. This first half belongs to Jordan. Once again, as we saw before the first half, Jordan players meeting in the middle and raising their arms together. They lead Algeria by a goal to nil, and Algeria are making two changes. Isham Boudaoui is not going to come out for the second half in midfield. Nabil Bentaleb is going to come in, the former Tottenham man, spent 4 years in North London, his first senior club. They've also brought on a striker, Nadir Ben Bouali is going to be into the action, and so going for attacking changes is Vladimir Petkovic, the Algerian boss. His team losing by a goal to nil. All important that they get themselves back into this game after defeat in the opener. Still waiting for a first goal at this World Cup. Off we go with Algeria kicking in their all-white strip with green trim from left to right as myself and Mickey Gray look at it. Jordan defending the ball all in red, leading through that Nizar Al-Rashdan goal 10 minutes out from half-time, and it's Jordan who come forward far side there right now with Ali Olwan. Couldn't control, taken off his toe by Ben Sabaini, and dropped back into midfield as Algeria try and clear their ball. Mickey Gray, well, we saw a well-contested end to that first half. It's Zarouki, by the way, who's also gone off for Algeria, so they've added an extra body, I think, at the front end of the pitch. There must be some changing around here.
No, absolutely, yeah. The two players that have come on as well, you just mentioned that Bentaleb, good experience, we know him obviously from the Premier League, but he's got to try and show up in his second 45 minutes and give them that bit of energy they need.
Oh, a through ball for the middle for Algeria, almost came off into the path of Gouiri, rebounded off a defender, and then the Marseille man was chasing it down, and quickly off his line came the goalkeeper Yazid Abou Layla. I'll go through the teams at 1-0 Jordan, 1 minute into this second half on TalkSport 2. Jordan have Abou Layla in goal, three centre-backs, Nassib Al-Arab, Abu Dahab, wing-backs Haddad and Abu Taha, midfielders Al-Rashdan, the goal scorer, and Al-Rawabdeh, the wingers Al-Mari and Olwan. Al-Tamari is up front. A couple of changes then for Algeria. Zidane in goal, back four of Ait Nouri, Ben Sabaini, Mondi and Belgali, Mazza and Bentaleb in midfield. Ben Bouali's gone into attack with Gouiri, Mahrez and Shaibi are the men on the flanks, and it's Mazza who goes down to the corner flag now, wins it for Algeria. Got to the goal line, tried to force a corner and has done so. He's forced the defender into playing a touch. It was put out there by Al-Rawabdeh, and so a corner to the Algerians, near side their right at 1-0 down.
Yeah, he started bright the second half. Ibrahim Mazza, the young starlet if you like, great play on the byline now to get away from two markers. Just couldn't quite get his cross away there, but he has won his side a corner.
Youngest player in the Algerian squad, call him Mazzadonna. Corner to come, near side the Algerian right it will be. The referee's just checking on something in the penalty area. There's a cluster of players from both sides around the penalty spot. Goalkeeper all in yellow in his 6-yard box, now coming out and doubling back. It fell into defensive clutches, only cleared towards the centre circle, and the shot was a tame one from Belgali, put it into a crowd of bodies, and Jordan at 1-0 up had no problem in clearing it away, and they've cleared it downfield now for Moussa Al-Tamari, who went for an audacious lob. He knew that the defender was quickly coming down to cover him. Ait Nouri it was who got back, ended up on his backside, but knows it could have been worse, and it's gone well. Ait Nouri got a touch on that lob, and out for a corner to Jordan. 1-0 they lead, 3 gone in the second half.
Well, you certainly know how they're going to play Jordan. Al-Tamari, he just waits for that ball, played over the top. He's a willing runner, he's got good pace. He just gets away from on this occasion, but I love the tenacity to try and get in those situations.
Short corner it is, Abu Taha taking it for Jordan. Looking for the second goal of the game, crossed in deep towards the back post. Goalkeeper came a long way, and this time Zidane will pluck it out of the air. One of Zinedine Zidane's 4 sons. We were saying, Mickey, at half-time, it's interesting that he ended up a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think it springs to mind, doesn't it? He was probably in the back garden. Zinedine Zidane was probably taking a lot of shots at his sons, and maybe that's why Lucas found himself in nets.
One place for mid-table Granada in the Spanish second tier. 2 younger brothers also play in Spain. Older brother Enzo already retired. Sticky position for that Algerian goalkeeper. All three of them at this tournament have fewer than 10 caps. Haven't been able to find Reyes and Bowley's long-time replacement yet. After 49 minutes, 1-0 Jordan lead, and they have a throw-in left side of their defence to be taken by Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, and there's that diagonal again from Ben Sabaini. It's not worked for him. His quality's got to be better. If you're going to play that ball, the wide players are frustrated when the quality's not there.
Here is Ali Olwan of Jordan, almost got in behind the defender there. Crucial challenge made. It was Rami Ben Sabaini, slightly out of position on the flank, who got a foot in. It comes to the man whose position it was, Belgali. His pass wasn't great to Ben Bouali, and had to move it quickly away from Jordanian midfielders. 1-0 Jordan lead. Algeria, after just shy of 50 minutes, coming over halfway. Listening to TalkSport 2. England coming up on TalkSport, 9 p.m. against Ghana tomorrow. As the white-shirted Belgali brings it to the right-hand side. Algeria once again, Mahrez down. Fouled, who was by Mahmoud Al-Mahdi, and a free kick to the Algerians. In an interesting position here for a cross. It's 5 yards outside the corner of the area, right flank, and there will be white shirts making their way now into the middle, hoping to get ahead on it.
Yeah, not the foul in a position where you want to bring Riyad Mahrez down. Mahmoud Al-Mahdi there, just poking out a leg rather than trying to win the ball, giving the Algerians a chance to put that ball into the danger zone. Is it going to be whipped in towards the goalkeeper, or is it going to be an outswinger?
Well, we'll soon find out. Two-men wall. Referee again isn't happy though. He's got involved a couple of times. Slavko Vincic of Slovenia ordering the defenders and attackers to separate, level with the penalty spot. All the while, Riyad Mahrez is standing, hands on hips, ready to turn this one in on his left boot. Here it comes towards the goalkeeper, who punched it away with two fists. Given away by Jordan on the edge of the area, but free kick whistle for Musa Al-Tamri was fouled. The shot eventually did come in and was saved well by Yazid Abu Layla. Wouldn't have counted. Al-Tamri just caught as he turned by Ait Nouri. Grab of his shirt as well for good measure. And 6 minutes into the second half, it's Jordan 1, Algeria 0.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, on two occasions, Yazid Abu Layla makes some very good saves, commanded his area as that ball was whipped into his 6-yard area, cleared his lines, but the initial shot after that stood his ground, made the save. He wasn't to know there was an offside flag going up.
Abu Taha of Jordan has beaten two Algerian players in the centre circle. Now fired it out to Jordan's right flank. Sliding tackle came in from Ben Sabaini. He's never afraid of sliding into one, and the Dortmund man sends it out for a Jordan throw. Just shy of 52 minutes. 1-0 Jordan leading. Musa Al-Tamri had a hand in the lead up to the goal. The man to win the throw, but it's quickly given away and then masterfully played out by Bentaleb off Jordan Shin for a throw. Up by the corner flag, Algeria defending. Sent long towards halfway where Riyad Mahrez was waiting for it. Taken down by the Jordanians this time though. And the defender just had to check over his shoulder there to see that Mahrez wasn't in a position where he could pick up that pass from Hussam Abu Dhabi. Managed it fine to his goalkeeper. And Jordan are on halfway again, still in control of this game. They've led from 10 minutes out from half-time.
Yeah, patient football now as well, playing it around at the back, just trying to tick the time away. There's obviously a lot of that to still go, but it's a better process for the Jordanian sides. And I love the attitude of Ali Olwan and Al-Tamari in those forward positions. When the balls don't come up into their area, they want good quality, but when it doesn't come, they're not frightened to turn around and have a look at their midfielders or their defenders to say that I need better than that. They've ran themselves into the ground. It's excellent to watch.
53 is the time on the stadium clock. A big lurid LED thing that you can't miss, and will probably keep you up all night for staring at it for 90 minutes. 8 minutes that have favoured in this half the Jordanian team, whose lead remains intact as they clear another long Algerian ball from defence. Picked up again by Bentaleb. The former Spurs man brings in Ben Sabaini. Dead central, 50 yards out from goal. but in the Jordanian half of the field. Near side Algerian right now for Belgali, cuts in on his right foot, plays it backwards towards Bentaleb, got the ball forward again. Mars is going to try a shot from distance, 25 yards out, parried by the goalkeeper, and the follow-up sent wide, and that was dangerous for a moment. We've been warned about what Ibrahim Marza can do, and the German-born midfielder struck that one well at goal. Goalkeeper couldn't hold it, and the follow-up though was sent off target. Jordan still lead, their dominance in this game being slightly threatened now.
Let's move to the second half for Algeria. Ibrahim Marza finding a little pocket of space there to get his shot away, starting to grow into the game. He had a quiet first half, didn't he? But now you can see the ability that he does have.
And so Algeria, who have had a sense of goal finally, start in the back four once again. Have to be enthused by what they're starting to create. Here is Guiri, he's the man they're trying to find, but he's a long way away from the area in which they'll want to find him. He's outside the box, a good 40 yards from goal. Played it even deeper now. And here is Mondi, the centre-back. Just inside the Jordan half of the field, he's been chased by Ali Olwan in his red shirt. White shirts of Algeria moving it to their near side right now. Belgali, plenty of the ball for him in the right back position. Marza again. Lithe figure turns and twists to try and get away from Al Rawabda, who wasn't buying it, and sent him backwards. What a lateral movement still from Algeria.
Yeah, but there's no way through, Cameron, is there? You see, Jordan are making it really difficult. Flat back five, four midfielders in front of them, leaving one striker up front to try and catch them on that counter-attack.
Here is Belgali, near side right edge of the penalty area as Algeria look at it, holding off the challenge, moves it back into the pocket just outside the area. Might be a chance of a shot here, Shaibu. Oh, he dallied on it and then missed his pass completely to Guiri, sent it to Jordan's Al-Tamari, and they've got it clear. We've seen Algeria try a couple of times in that first half to go over the top, mixed results. Did see Riyad Mahrez almost away on one occasion, scuffed his shot really, good save by the goalkeeper to tip it wide. Trying to go that ground route in the second half, and here they come again with Mahrez near side the right, but once again forced to go backwards. Now the chip ball over the top towards the area. Belgali was the target, headed away for a throw-in by Abu Dahak.
An extra pass at times might just help out Algeria, because they're playing some nice football. They're getting themselves into an arc around the Jordan midfield area, but it's that final pass, as we always say, week in, week out. It's got to be better. If it improves, forward players get chances, but at the minute I'm not quite sure where that goal is going to come from Algeria. Yes, we talked about Mahrez's chance in that first half. He's kind of drifting, isn't he, over to the right-hand side. He's trying to drift inside, but he's in and out of the game.
With a short throw-in routine involving Mahrez, didn't work out, played it short, got it back, and it came out off his shin for a goal kick to Jordan, who hold their 1-0 lead still from the first half, keeping their hopes of progressing alive at their very first World Cup. Currently third in the standings on 3 points level with Austria. Jordan have to face Argentina in the final game, who are already through on 6. And so Algeria versus Austria could be a straight-up shootout. That is assuming that Jordan can't complicate matters by beating Lionel Messi and co. And they don't look like being beaten easily with their 2-0 win over Austria earlier on. Through ball for Jordan up towards Al-Tamari into the penalty area. Right boot couldn't get it to ball quick enough though. Ben Sabaini sent him away. Out to the edge of the area it goes. Jordan haven't given up on the ball yet. A couple of meaty challenges and one has gone the way of Algeria. Free kick on the edge of their penalty area. A real battle on for the ball there. It is won by the defending side. And Jordan 1, Algeria 0. It remains.
And 2-3 players on the ground here, running themselves into the ground. But Al-Mahdi plays a beautiful ball through for Al-Tamari. And his first touch just takes him wide. Doesn't need to take the second touch. Get your shot away. Try to chop the ball inside, but when in doing so, gives the ball away. But again, it's that quick break. Those Algerian defenders, they're just not quite ready for it. They've got to stay switched on. Surely they've worked them out by now. And that's the challenge here as well.
Ben Sabaini, it was who was on the end of it from Al-Tamari in his eagerness to win the ball, and he followed through on the Dortmund man. Seen no card for it though. Just the one in the game. The man replaced for Algeria, Zarouki. 2 minutes before the hour. Jordan 1, Algeria 0 on TalkSport 2. 4 games coming up tomorrow tonight, involving England. at 9 p.m. against Ghana. For the game in that group, Panama, Croatia, TalkSport 2 at midnight. Here come the Jordanians, long ball forward. Olwan, left edge of the area, up by the byline, cutting it back, can't find a red shirt. Defenders get across, and it's sent out of play for a throw-in by Ben Sabaini.
Yeah, he was looking, wasn't he? Made a great run, Eli Olwan, down that left-hand side, timed his run to perfection, but as he got his head up, he's thinking, where's my teammates here? Ali Tamari just made a late run towards the edge of the 18-yard area. Give him a little tap on the head to say thanks, you know, you're looking for me, but he's got to be up alongside him like they were in the first half. The two of them really connected well with each other.
Well, there is a throw-in opportunity for Jordan. Abu Dahabo didn't use it well though. Threw it straight at Al Mahdi, who was the nearest man on the goal line, and he only flicked it off his head towards the defenders. And Zidane, able to gather in his gloved hands, rolls it out for Algeria. After 59 minutes, still training. Still trailing. I hope they're still training. And have a big game coming up in a few days' time. Giving it away though, Belgali. And now Jordan back in possession on halfway with Al Mahdi. Turning onto his right foot, hand it back from the left. Forward from Al Rawabdi, missed everyone in red though. He had Al Tamari leading the line, waiting for it. Only found it going straight through to the blue-clad Zidane. Here come Algeria again with Ben Sabaini in the centre circle, centre half. Virtually the whole game ahead of him, and he used it to find Bentaleb. Now Mondi on halfway, walking pace again, through the middle now towards Marza, 35 yards out, trying to get away from Al Rawabdi, might get a shot at goal, and puts it wide, hits it hard on the left boot, but it swings away from the posts of Abu Layla, and he'll be happy with a shot of that power, failing to hit the target. It remains Jordan 1, Algeria now.
Just didn't quite set himself, did he there, Ibrahim Marza, but again, good plays on the half turn as he picks that ball up, and as he's going across to his left-hand side, there's 2 or 3 Jordanian players trying to just put him under that little bit of pressure that made it very difficult for him to hit the target.
Half an hour to go. Algeria need to see more of that. It might come from him as well, Ibrahim Marza. What goes through him? Shona Afcon, Algeria's youngest goal scorer at the tournament. Can he be the man to help them out in this game? Won't be out of the tournament if they lose, but it'll give them a big job to do in the third game of the group against Austria. As for Jordan, gearing up for Argentina, they are at least preparing with a win. Here comes Olwan, 25 yards out on the angle, cross field towards the left edge of the area and put in by Abu Taha, only half clear to Al Rawabdi, who curled one towards the top corner, and he didn't miss it by much. Bent it around the post. Goalkeeper, I don't know if he would have got there. Remains a 1-0 lead for Jordan.
Well, again, it's a really good move from left to right, and Al Rawabdi, you can see again that first touch, just chops it in onto his right foot, his favoured right foot, just to whip that ball towards that far corner. It's not far away. Every single time they play that ball forward, the Algerian back line are shaking their head because they don't know how to deal with the forward line. The energy's been excellent from Jordan.
Would have been some goal there. Had a few in the game so far in this round of group stage action. Algeria coming forward though with Marza, 25 yards out, left hand side of the area, wants a 1-2 but won't get it. And the Jordanians are in the way in defence again. It's a bit of a heavy touch though by Abu Dahab, who has to get across to the near side touchline and keep in his heavy ball. Now lost though for Algeria, near side of their right, their chance to come forward. Mahrez struggling off a challenge from Abu Taha, plays it into the channel, wants it back in the middle. The cross was blocked off though from the boot of Nader Benbouali, and out by Jordan for a throw into Algeria. Coming into this game 17 minutes into the second half on TalkSport 2. 1-0 Jordan.
Well, if it's not working out wide, then just try and go straight through the middle, interchanging those passes, little quick passes, trying to get in behind. But this is what they've got to do. They've got
long ball over the top, and Belgali has touched let him down. He got in between 2 defenders. It was Arts on a diagonal ball, corner of the 6-yard box, bounced off his right foot though, and the centre-back read it well and was able to clear it away. Starting to make these opportunities they weren't making before. They might have another one here though. 25 yards out on the right-hand side, Bentaleb crossing it in, header at goal is well saved. It was soft in the end. Benbouali, he's had 2 chances there, and his header towards the corner but a bit limp, and down got Abu Layla without any trouble.
Yeah, that's the ball that you're looking for. forward players, the one whipped in towards that 6-yard area with a bit of pace on it. Get away from your marker, just head it down into the ground, ask the question of the goalkeeper. They're having a moment at the minute, Algeria, playing some nice stuff, getting into good areas.
Well, they're struggling, haven't lost back-to-back games in 4.5 years, this Algeria team. It was back at the 2022 AFCON. Might be too late for them to recover at this World Cup if they lose this one after that 3-0 beating against Argentina, in which their goal difference took a hammering. Jordan haven't offered the same threat going forward, but for much of this game it's been difficult to see where the goals will come from for Algeria, as Mahrez is wiped out by a lazy looking tackle really from Hossam Abu Dahab, and he gets a yellow card. Maybe a bit of fatigue coming in there for a side who aren't blessed with depth. He's a centre back coming into the lineup for this game. He was nowhere near the ball on Mahrez, catches him on the shin with a lazy foot, and a yellow card, and a deserved one for the Al-Faiz Ali man.
Well, you can't have too many complaints with that yellow card. Hossam Dahab, he's just stretched out his left leg trying to stop Riyad Mahrez, who beats him for pace, dropped the shoulder, got into a good area. And again, we're talking about wide free kicks. It looks like Mahrez is the dictator on this occasion, just pointing to his players, his teammates, where he wants them. But the quality from the set pieces again has got to be as good as it has been so far.
Well, it will be Mahrez looking to bring that quality. 2-man wall to get it over. He's up towards the touchline, about 10 yards in play from the touchline and the byline. Near side the Algerian right. Referees having a word here with Ben Bouali of Algeria, who stood right under the post by the goalkeeper. Jordan leading by a goal to nil. Referee still hasn't given us his blessing yet. He wants the wall behind his line of white spray. They've just crept forward half a yard or so. Have to be the required 10 yards. And Mahrez's white shirt is billowing in the breeze. Pink boots, standing over it. Referee still not happy. We saw this in the first half, Mickey.
Yeah, this is annoying. This is one thing that, look, we've seen it in the Premier League, but it's just gone to another level.
If it's a free kick, blow for the free kick. Here it comes, whipped in. Mahrez's ball was decent towards Marza, couldn't find him. And it balloons up off a defender for a corner on the far side. So a corner we hope will be taken a little bit quicker. Oh, the referee stopped it again because one of the Jordanians this time, in fairness, Ali Olwan was too close. But if there's an infringement, maybe you can just say, give it, you've been warned once, do you need a second warning? There were no warnings this time. Whips in from the left flank, goalkeeper came for it. Punches clear for Jordan, and Algeria pick it up on the corner of the box with Mahrez. Jordan 1-0 up, 66 gone on TalkSport 2. Dangerous moments for them now though. Cross in from the Algerian left, goalkeeper came and then hurriedly rushed back to goal as his defenders get it out of the box. And here is Marza once more, using Riyad Mahrez, corner of the penalty area. Left foot, and the pace has gone out the attack somewhat, has to go back to Marza again. Those two combining, two Jordanian defenders man marking them. Can't seem to find a way through. Marza overlapping, up towards the corner flag now. Moves it from right to left, runs into the body of a defender, out for a throw. Algeria ball at 1-0 Jordan.
Didn't really have anything in his mind, Marza, there on that occasion. He had two defenders around him. He's trying to drop his shoulder and jink towards that byline. Never quite made his mind up. And here we go again. What's the referee? I think the referee's been on the screens in front of us, Cameron, more than the players. I don't get these set pieces when they're going up for corners. How many times he has to blow his whistle and stop things and then restart, retake the corner. It's a bit much and it's very frustrating.
Well, you always knew beforehand where you stood, wasn't it, that infringements will be dealt with in the right way. Here is Ben Bouali, 18-yard box for Algeria, trying to control it as Marza came forward and wanted to get onto the second pass, but it was marshalled well by Abu Taha, and he clears long downfield, looking for red shirts. And those Jordanian front three attackers have seen very little of the ball in this second half. We're due a hydration break soon. 1-0 Jordan. Half of this half is remaining. I'm trying very hard not to use that Q word that's coming into football parlance. Might be soccer parlance again soon.
Oh no.
It was a British word though. It was a British word originally. Here it comes for Algeria down the right hand side. Rafi Belgali ground cross into the area, away by Al Arab, out for a corner. He was unlucky there. Nearly got it around the corner flag. But Algeria, who are now sensing blood, have an opportunity to make good on the promise they've exhibited in this game so far. Since the goal, which came 10 minutes before half-time, they've hardly been threatened, and it comes towards the penalty spot. Oh, there's the header and the goal, and it's the substitute who's got it, Nadir Ben-Wali. Well, he went a long time without really having a touch in this game, but that touch counts. Defenders failed to pick him up. He rose highest of all and headed towards the back post, nestles into the side netting, and the goalkeeper couldn't get there, and Algeria have themselves level with 22 minutes of this game remaining, and it comes at such a crucial time.
It certainly does, and what a header. Have to question the defending, there's no doubt, but Ben-Wali has made the difference, hasn't he? He wanted to get on the end of that. He's got three players around him, all going for the same ball, and Ben-Wali just leaps higher than everybody else and just nods that ball into the bottom corner, and Abdelali will be questioning himself as the goalkeeper, the Jordanian goalkeeper. He sees that a long way out, and he really struggled to get down to his right hand side. I think the goalkeeper's got to do better, but we've got a game on our hands now, Cameron.
Well, it went into the goal about halfway to the corner. Goalkeeper will be disappointed, not as disappointed as his defenders though. They all impeded one another. As you said, Mickey, there were three men in red shirts, none of whom got close enough to challenge Nadir Ben-Wali, who scores his second goal for his country in just the fifth international appearance. First minutes he's had at this World Cup, and he's making them count, and now it's Algeria who have their first goal at this tournament and are looking for more. Hydration break will be coming. Can they capitalise before it comes? Miles the left hand side, crossing into the area, only half hooked away, chance for a shot here. Nouri it is, twisting around the defenders and crossing, but only found the defensive header of Abu Taha. But it's all Algeria all of a sudden. Ball over the top looking for Mahrez, but it was hit too lightly. Abu Taha clearing again, and boots to ball, sends it downfield towards the lone red shirt of Moussa Al-Tamari. We might need to bring him into play a little bit more now. They won't fancy their chances of beating Argentina too much in the final game. Not so bad when you're hoping for a draw, but that's the result, the consequence of that goal. It takes both of these teams to a point apiece. Austria on 3, Argentina on 6, and on paper at least it's Algeria with the simpler game on match day 3 coming up against the Austrians. They will know all the ramifications, all the permutations that benefit them, but crucially it's a simple game when you boil it down, and they've got the goal that they needed, and here comes Marta trying to set up another one. Couldn't pass the defenders though with his through ball, and Jordan are running it away. 70 minutes gone. Well, forward come the red shirts. It's Al-Mahdi, left edge of the penalty area, got supporting players, shoots through the defender's legs, but it was simple for the goalkeeper. Didn't have to move far to his right hand side there, Zidane, to make the save. Bowls it out, and Algeria are keeping up the pace. 1-1 on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, another quick break, wasn't it? Again down that left hand side, Ali Olwan involved yet again. That overlapping run just giving him the opportunity. Al-Mahdi on this occasion didn't quite get enough sting behind the shot. But you can see what they're doing. They're soaking up the pressure, trying to grow into the game, because it's been all Algeria in the second 45, and they found themselves under pressure, which is why they've conceded. And now we see both teams level.
Here is Guiri in the corner flag for Algeria, trying to find a way through. And can't do as well as he's played it well. He's played it back up the line there, and then Nouri has gone down in a bundle of arms and legs, and he copped a blow there. You felt it next to Mickey Gray.
I think there's a stamp on him, isn't there?
Well, Bentaleb has come across for Algeria and said, no, don't bring the physio on. We don't want him to go off. Well, he was caught by the right. Oh, it's a bit nasty. I don't think he meant it.
No.
Ihsan Haddad it is, the experienced Jordanian captain, who lost it under his feet, and then as he tried to get up and win the ball, he just trod on the Manchester City man, who, to his credit, didn't hang around on the ground, has got up and they've shaken hands.
Fair play to Nouri there, because he could have made a lot more of that. Isamandi, he put his hand up towards the referee. There was no malice in it, but he did catch him in the face as his foot was trying to plant back onto the ground. But There's a free kick here out wide. Another chance for Algeria to get that ball into this Jordanian 18-yard box.
Well, it is Riyad Mahrez standing on the left flank. 1-1 in this game. 73 gone. Clipped back to the edge of the penalty area and the shot came in, but flashed it goal. And gobbled up by Yazid Abu Layla. Well, it was comfortable for the goalkeeper, really nice height for him. Saw it early, didn't get any touches from the defenders that can take it away. Remains 1-1. And 17 minutes to go in this second half normal time. I was wondering when we were going to see the hydration break. The referee has called for it now at 73 minutes in when we had that goal, didn't we? And I was surprised it didn't come after the goal, because you could say then it would have benefited Jordan to have that little bit of break and break up the play. Algeria have been allowed to play on for a few minutes. 1-1 the scoreline, 73.5 on the clock. This game in the balance.
Well, let's call this one a tactical break in Cameron, should we? Because I think Jordan needed more than Algeria. Algeria just wanted to continue. They had another strike there. It came from Al-Tamari, who's had 2 shots in this game, the ones that I can remember. One in the first half with his left foot, that was a simple save for the goalkeeper Zidane. And then the second half there, this one, a little short free kick from Mahrez when I think he should be putting that ball into the area. But Al-Tamari gets his shot away, but they're from 25 yards out. Look, they're going to have to be wonder strikes to keep scoring goals from outside of the 18-yard area. I know we're seeing some beautiful goals in this World Cup already, but when you're in the ascendancy, work that ball into the 18-yard area. But they won't complain. They're having that chat now because of the hydration break. They've got themselves back on level terms with a really good header. Really dodgy defending, I've got to say, but it's open again, isn't it? As I mentioned before kick-off, a draw, in my eyes, is not good enough for either two of these nations.
Well, this is the game, isn't it? When you look at the fixtures, this is the one they will have wanted to win. They will have expected to have had the best chance in this one.
Yeah. Look, a lot of possession. I think the way they've tried to approach the game, and I'm talking about Algeria here, that diagonal ball has not really worked for them. It came from a set piece eventually to get themselves back on level terms, but they must have known that Jordan would try and sit back, soak up pressure, catch them on the break, use the forward players. Ali Olwan will just run into the ground. Al-Tamari being another one, and as Al-Mari's just, I think, had his first shot about 5 minutes ago with a weak left foot strike, he's a willing runner also. That's the way they play. Work it out and deal with it.
Well, they're going to have to deal with it. They've got 15 minutes left, allowing for the rest of this hydration break, and Nabil Bentaleb is in deep discussion with a member of Vladimir Petkovic's backroom staff. Came on at half-time, the now Lille man, formerly of Tottenham Hotspur. Good to see him back as well. He was laid low by a cardiac arrest in summer 2024. He spent 6 months out of the game. So great to see him playing, not just at any level, but at the top level again. He was only 19 when he was ever present in the group stage for Algeria at their last World Cup. He's had to wait his whole career to have a go again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Wonderful background story as well, isn't it? Lovely to see him back, and we know he's got the ability and the talent. He's got to try and turn up in this last 15 minutes of this game and come up with a little bit of quality from that midfield area.
We're going to see the 2 number 11s come on. Odell Al-Fakhouri is the man to be brought in for Jordan. He started the first game, hit form at the right time, didn't play in qualifying, got his first senior goal in a friendly in May against Switzerland. He's a left winger, so should be reasonably like for like. And we're going to see Anis Hadj Moussa as well of Algeria. Plays for Feyenoord in the Netherlands, French-born. He's skillful, reported interest from a number of Premier League teams, and it's Riyad Mahrez who has played his last in this game. So we've finished the hydration break. It's Jordan 1, Algeria 1 on TalkSport 2. This game in Group J, a group from which Argentina have already qualified. 6 points for them, Austria on 3, and these two at the moment are on 1 apiece. Free kick going the way of Algeria, left back position. They got back into this game just before the hydration break. A goal for Nadir Benbouali on his competitive debut as Nizar Al-Rashdan opened the scoring just before half-time for the Jordanians. But it feels like Algeria's game at the moment, and as Mickey Gray said, a draw doesn't really favour either team. Aissa Mondi on halfway finds Bentaleb just ahead of him. Now Belgali, tight to the right-hand touchline for Algeria. Played it along the ground. Now towards Bentelev. Lined up for a shot from 40 yards there, but he hit it straight at the first man, Al Rawabda. Oh, and an awful clearance from Abu Dahab over his own head there in the 18-yard box. Marza has picked it up into the penalty area, down the right-hand side. Couldn't get past the defender. Enlists the help of Anis Hadj Moussa. His first touches, thinks he's won a corner, and is sorely disappointed when he looks at the referee, who says that Mohamed Abu Taha played it back off him.
Yeah, Abu Taha just stood his ground there, didn't he? Good ability, nice little feet there it was, over on that right hand side from Hadji Moussa. We've already seen him involved in this World Cup already, but he come off the bench on this occasion. He's got nice feet, couldn't quite work that little path towards the 6-yard area.
12 to go. Any more paths opening up for the Jordanian team? Algeria are looking for one now, and there was a coming together between a defender and an attacker there. It's Guiri getting up off the deck in his Algeria shirt, dusting himself down. He was up against Abdallah Nasib, the right-sided centre-back. Don't think there was much in it, don't think he was getting to the ball. As Jordan clear their lines towards attackers, we are seeing less and less up. And Ali Olwan looked a real threat in the first game, hasn't been able to exhibit the same firepower in the second half of the second, with 2 defeats for these two in the opening games. Sharing the points as it stands, drumbeat heavy in San Francisco Bay Area Stadium. Mainly the Algerian fans, they're called darbukas, the goblet drums they have, and the trumpets that usually accompany them. Won over a lot of fans with their showings at the 2014 tournament in Brazil. And here they come again with Marza, 25 yards out, great ball into the area for Belgali, and shot wide by Hadj Moussa. Got a defensive touch, it's going to be a corner. That could have been the moment. And with 11 minutes to go, Algeria are hurrying to set up this set play. That's what you want to see from an attacking side.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, he's come off the bench, Hadji Moussa, and he's been really lively, hasn't he? This one falls to his right foot. The deflections took it out for the corner, but he found that little pocket of space just around the penalty area, hoping to hit the target.
76% possession in this second half, Algeria. That's not a stat that counts, though. The stat that counts is 1-1. Here's the corner from their right-hand side. Goalkeeper Kum got one glove on it, and out to the left-hand side for Algeria it is with Ryan Ait-Nouri. 10 to go on TalkSport 2. Locks at 1 apiece in this game. Not a favourable result for either team as Marza goes down in the corner and slaps the ground in frustration. Not the first time we've seen that one. They all copy each other with that. Hasan Haddad muscling him off and using his experience, the older man, and it is a goal kick for 2G.
Got to get a foul for that, certainly in a game like this and late on as well. But again, a player that we criticised, Abdallah, the goalkeeper, the Jordanian goalkeeper, he's been more commanding in the second half as that ball's come into the area. Cleared his lines very well on 2 or 3 occasions, using his fists just to get the ball as far away from the goal as possible.
There was a momentary period of booing there from Algerian fans. They were seeing the replay on the big screen. One of their players seemingly being manhandled there in the penalty area. Nothing was given against Nizar Al-Rashdan by the Slovenian referee. Not sure whether it warranted further intervention. That's not how they felt. At 1-1 in this game, here's Hadj Moussa. Algeria coming down their near side right flank. Up against Auro Abdo on the corner of the area. His touch adjudged to be the last one by the assistant referee. Is a corner. Hadj Moussa's won another one.
He's got his hands tied, hasn't he? Because you can see that Hadji Moussa, he looks very lively on this occasion, gets his corner.
He's not a player you want to have to deal with when you're getting leggy in the final 10 minutes of a game. Still 1 apiece. Corner near side the Algerian right again, and once again the referee has something to say to a few players in the penalty area. He's not even picking one individual, he's going around to different groups of players and seemingly warning them not to hold. Here he comes at long last. Algeria looking to turn this game around into a crowd of bodies. It's gone from either side and it's in. It might be an own goal, but it's been claimed by Amin Guiri. Algerian fans celebrate. It was all rough and tumble stuff in the penalty area. A scramble in front of the goalkeeper, and then a last-ditch attempt to clear it off the line from the defender ended in vain. And in an end heavily populated by Algerian supporters, all clad in green, all celebrating. The players and subs celebrate with them. They trailed in this game. They lead after 82 minutes by 2-1.
Oh, well, what a turner. And Amin Guiri, I mean, I was looking at this as this ball went into the back of the net. I'm not quite sure if he was in an offside position, whether it's scrappy or not. He will not care at all. I'm just seeing it now, and I think there could be an offside here. Whether he's stayed onside before this contact, before it falls to Algeria, he's got to try and just pop that ball in the back of the net. It's what he's done, but I think this might be chalked off.
It might well be. It goes in off the defender, Mohamed Abu Taha. It hit the goalkeeper as well. It might not even go down as his goal. It was so scrappy. The referee is waiting for word in his ear, it seems. He stood, no doubt in conversation with the video assistant referee in the central hub in Dallas. Subs are being prepared by Jordan. What scoreline are they going to be entering into? They've got Ali Aziza, a winger, ready to come on. Looks like they're going to make him anyway. And Mohamed Abu Hashish, a left back who plays his football in Iraq. But there is, crucially, a VAR check. Was he offside there, Amin Guiri? I think it's going to be inches in this. And all eyes are on Slavko Vincic. We're seeing the replay now, not from an angle that will really help us, but if it came off a defender, the initial ball that was tucked away by Guiri, that might mean that he wasn't offside. He was at best level with Mohamed Abu Taha. Let's see who got the header through. Well, they're celebrating. It might have come off a defender on the way through to him. Algeria think this goal is going to stand. I don't think that Jordan have given up hope either, though. And the goal, well, it has been given. And Algeria do have the lead. So the changes can be made by either side now as well, and they're changing into a game in which Algeria lead. Well, we never saw the lines drawn for offside. I can only surmise then that they've thought it's come to him off a defender and therefore there's no need.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to explain it, Cameron, because we wanted to see the angle where you could see, I mean, Guiri, if he was in an offside position or not. But as you mentioned there, if it's come off a defender, and it certainly looked that way, it doesn't matter what position he picks up. Look, he gets that little bit of good fortune as well. It might not have actually gone down as his goal, because it does come off the goalkeeper and the defender before the ball actually hits the back of the net. But they don't care at all. They've turned this game on its head, and this could be so crucial for Algeria.
Changes being made. That's 2-1 Algeria. Both teams are going to make them as well. And plenty of action on the benches. Zinedine Belaid, the centre-back for Algeria, plays for domestic club JS Kabylie, is getting ready to come on. We're going to see a replay on our monitor in front of us, Mickey. I think he would have been, it's inches. He was onside, played on by Abu Taha's outstretched foot. So it would have counted, but now he has to wait to see if it is indeed his goal and not an own goal.
He'll love the goal, absolutely. He wants the goal. He doesn't want to go down as an own goal, but you're right, Abu Taha, I think it was his right foot or his left foot was just poking out, which kept him onside. I mean, Guiri there on that situation. He won't care now because the goal stands, and we've turned this game around.
Plenty of changes. That is Guiri's last touch. He's been replaced by Belaid. Changes for Jordan as well. Ali Aziza, the attacker, has replaced Rennes man Al Tamari. We saw Mohamed Abu Hashish ready to come on as well. Ryan Ait-Nouri was also taken off for Algeria. It was all a bit of a blur, wasn't it? And Jaouin Hadjam is the man to be brought on for him, so that will be a full-back swap. He's more of a right-back, really. Jaouin Hadjam plays for Young Boys in Switzerland. And Mohamed Abu Taha, and his last touch as well, would have been for that goal. He is the man to be replaced by Abu Hashish. So 2 changes apiece, 3.5 minutes for them to have an effect.
Yeah, and we also, didn't we say at half-time that Jordan, they couldn't try and sit back Jordan for 45 minutes and try and win the game 1-0. They were always going to come into the game, Algeria, which is exactly what they've done in this second 45 minutes. They made the changes have made an impact, no question about that. Haji Musa has been really lively down this right-hand side, but if you sit back and try and soak up pressure, there's always going to be points where the ball falls into the back of your net. Algeria have taken their chances. Now it'll probably be them. They don't really need to go and chase that third goal now. Keep the ball, soak up the pressure, tick down the time.
It's hard to know, isn't it, about game management. Goal difference is important, not as important as points though. And at the moment Algeria have 3 of them. That'll tie them level with Austria, who they face next, and Jordan are heading out of the World Cup. if they can't find a goal in the next 3 minutes of normal time, plus at least 3 extra. It was all a bit haphazard, the awarding of the goal. Everyone was expecting an offside call. In the end, it was a moot point with the defender's touch. Jordan are hailing Mary now and sending the ball long up towards Ali Olwan. Can't find a way through, and it's cleared towards halfway. Jordan need to revive themselves now. Nassib over halfway for them, down their right hand side, trying to find a cross in is Ali Aziza, who's gone into that wide berth. Picked up now a long way out from goal by Aziza again, but he held it too long and he gave the ball away. Costly it could be, because here comes Anis Hadmoussa for Algeria, over halfway against a visibly tiring Jordan defence. Now up towards the corner flag, and it's as if he's heard Mickey Gray's words. He's not pressing for the third goal, he's gone for the corner, and he's got a corner.
Well, he had a little peek as that ball fell to him around about the halfway line, but he didn't want to play that ball into the area. He just needed to drift into the corner, which is exactly what he's done. Good game management there, winning his side another corner, and I'd actually even be surprised if he whips this in the area, but I think he's going to do so.
Well, here it is. Hadmoussa, left arm outstretched towards the front post. It was an Algeria header. There might be a man at the back post as well. Arriving quite late there was Ibrahim Marza. Got something on it. By that point, the goalkeeper had crossed his line and was able to parry it clear. And so Jordan, heading out of this World Cup, their first World Cup, have just over a minute of normal time remaining, but with passes like the one we've just seen there from Ihsan Haddad, way behind the man making a run down the touchline, they won't be getting anywhere near the Algerian penalty area.
Certainly needs to be better than that, doesn't it? From Jordan, if they're going to get themselves into the game. Just seen a replay there of that Mazza chance. But I thought it was a very tight angle, but he's done really well. He's used the outside of his right foot, and Aboulayla had to get across to his near post, and I think he was quite fortunate. Ricocheted away from his goal, from his shins.
We've just got 40 seconds of normal time remaining. This game is just starting to peter out now. A bit of a tug of war. What a great one to be involved in. And Jordan's work of adventure, it seems, is going to come to an end. And before their game against Argentina, how they would have loved to still be in the contest. Coming into the game with Messi and co, they can still make it a reality. A draw will keep them alive. And they have it on the edge of the attacking third, but lose out in the aerial battle. Ben Boali getting it away. Here is Aurel Abda, 45 yards out on the angle for Jordan. Tries to slot it through the lines. White-shirted defenders having to work overtime here. An air kick from Hadjam. It was on the left side of the defence, but a free kick won just in front of him by Ben Taleb. And Algeria takes some of the pressure off as we enter 7 minutes of added time. We're going to see another Jordanian change. Salim Obeid, a centre-half veteran, plays for the dominant domestic force Al Hussein, is going to be thrown on. Not a player I expected to see being a defender at this stage in the game for a side chasing it, but there we go. As Jordan have to deal with another Algerian aerial ball, and racing across is Al Arab to keep it in play, and plays it off the shins of Marza. His team have a throw in defensively. We're going to see a double change actually, and it's that time, isn't it, where it all gets a little bit worrying, it all gets a little bit frantic. And another player coming on is a winger, Mohamed Abu Zraik. He goes by Sharara. His nickname means bright or illuminating in Arabic. Needs to be all of those things now in the final moments. We've seen Hussam Abu Dahab, the centre-back, and Ali Olwan, the last remaining member of the original strike force, go off.
Well, they've got to take risks now. Jordan, maybe try and push a few players in forward positions. Look, if you lose the game 3-1, who cares? You need to try and find that equalising goal. These 7 added on minutes. Look, there's fresh enough players on there now. They've made a lot of changes. But don't change the way you've been playing. Be direct, but have that quality in the final third.
Imagine the noise if Jordan were to find a way through. Both of these teams well supported. Atmosphere is still clinging on despite much frustration and disappointment on the part of the Jordanians, who have had moments in both of their games. They were level against Austria. They led in this one for over half an hour, and then 2 goals from 2 corners in a 13-minute stint for Algeria have turned it around. Just the second team at this World Cup after Spain to score from 2 corners in the same game. And they're coming through the middle via the ground route this time. Ben Boali, who got one of them, out towards Belgali near side the Algeria right. That's all Jordan can do to get the ball back at the moment. Algeria holding it on halfway now, and this suits them down to the ground. They do not need to rush it.
Yeah, absolutely, just keep the ball, take the pressure off. Whenever you get the chance, play it forward. Keep giving the ball away, as we've just seen in front of us there as well. And Marza was the player giving the ball away. He's trying to win it back for his team. But we're at that point in the game where players are tired.
And are they going to tire here, the Algerian defenders? Jordan getting forward, far side there right. Oda Fakori playing the ball up towards the corner of the area. Maybe a crossing opposition for the same man. Plays it back to our Rashdan corner of the box. Wants to get a cross in. Oh, he's taking it out over the touchline himself. It was unlucky. He got it caught in his feet there after the touch from the defender. And a goal kick is all it will be, with 4 minutes of the 7 added remaining. Algeria leading Jordan by 2-1, and Jordan heading out of the World Cup.
Rush down on this occasion. It's frustrating, isn't it? When you've been in front, you're trying to hang on to a lead. I'm talking about Jordan now. When the game is completely flipped on its head, 2 mistakes. Just seeing a replay, that second goal from Algeria there. Could have been a penalty as well. Cameron, it looked like there was a hand involved as well.
But it came off the arm, didn't it? Yeah. That was the pass that then set up Guiri for the finish.
It certainly did. But right place, right time. Make contact with it. Ball rolls into the back of the net. That's all you have to do.
And they are giving it to him, the goal, Guiri. It's not gone down as an own goal. They'll be happy about that. 2-1 Algeria lead. Nearly 4 minutes elapsed out of the 7. As Jordan, for everything they've got, trying to find a goal that would at least keep them fighting until the 3rd match day. Don't forget, the football continues. Tonight we've got a 4-game programme starting with Portugal versus Uzbekistan, 6 p.m. here on TalkSport 2, before England against Ghana, 9 p.m. from Foxborough. And then the other game in that group, midnight, TalkSport 2, Panama, Croatia, with Colombia, DR Congo in the small hours from 3 a.m. Scotland tomorrow, 11 p.m. from Miami against Brazil. Their final group game. It's that time now as Haj Musa controls for Algeria. Marza couldn't do the same on the edge of the Jordanian penalty area, and it allows Jordan to get this ball clear. They need it up the field, trying to find the way down the park, but can't find Aziza. And Hajim has it, left side touchline, downfield it goes. Algeria not pressing for that 3rd goal, but very happy to keep it. And the Jordanian half of the field, chip over the top, now they might get it. Marza up into the channel, battling with the defender Nasib. It was an aerial ball that bounced. He tried to control it, but it's been given as a corner. And Ibrahim Marza, who forced that touch out of Abdallah Nasib, gestures to those Algerian fans behind the goal, who so vociferously celebrated what looks like it will be the winner. It's a corner, less than 2 minutes of added time remaining. Algeria lead Jordan by 2-1.
Marza did really well there, just to shield the ball out before it went out for that corner. You take a short one now, there's no chance that they're going to be putting that ball in the area.
And they've taken it short indeed, as prophesied, and then it's gone out for a throw-in because of a lack of control on that second ball. Pinged awkwardly of Faris Shaibi, but they've got it straight back, and then having been given the ball back, it's another errant pass, this one from Haj Musa, out for a Jordanian throw-in. Their supporters can only hope for a miracle now. Just over a minute of the 7 left. There's not really been any delay in those 7 either. It looks like that'll be the lot. Need a goal, or it will be 2 defeats from 2. And their head-to-head record will mean they can no longer hope of progressing, even as a 3rd place side. While Algeria will go into their game with Austria level on points. That one coming up on Sunday, 3 a.m. UK time. Jordan have got one last chance. Throw in taken back to halfway for Nasib. Sent into the penalty area. Headers go up. Al Arab got something on it, but the defender was behind him. It was Ben Bouali. And Haj Musa for Algeria just tasked with taking it away and wins a throw in just shy of halfway. And that might well be Jordan's last chance. 2-1, dying seconds, and Algeria are not rushing to take this throw in front of the dugouts. All about managing the time now. They've managed this lead well. Won by Belgali. He's dancing forward. Out to Haj Musa near side the Algerian right. Belgali wants it again. This could be 3-1 here. By the corner flag, crossed it in but deflected. Now Jordan with seconds remaining, they have to send it long. Oh, they've given it away. One more chance to get it forward. Free kick has been given to Algeria. It's not full time yet. It was a pull on Bentaleb. That was the chance. You just want to get it long.
Yeah, absolutely. Get it long. Don't try and play that simple pass into midfield. They've not really done that all night. They had to go over the top. Jordan, they've run out of ideas in the second half. They've not really threatened Algeria at all, have they, in that final third?
Same story as the opener for Jordan, but they are out of the World Cup. They will not progress on their debut. It is a win, 2-1 for Algeria, who had to come from behind.